Hello there, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Nuts to Nuggets. My name is Oluwayo Mute and such a joy to come your way this beautiful morning. And for those of you in other parts of the world, maybe it's afternoon there, it's evening time, whatever time it is, good day. Thank you so much for giving me a share of your time. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sustaining this program so far because I am, because you are. And last week we started talking about the roots to wealth, and we are building on it today and for the subsequent weeks, talking about the various routes to wealth. And today I have with me somebody in the studio. But before I go there, like I always say, I always ask of you for this one thing. Please like the video, share it, no matter what platform you are watching on. Please hop up to my YouTube channel and please subscribe to that channel. And then click the notification button so that whenever I'm live, you will get to know. Thank you so much for doing that for me. And today I have with me in the studio someone who is qualified to talk about this particular route to wealth. My guest this morning started actually as a career with Bachelor of Science degree in Geography and Regional Planning, very far from where she is today. And she has applied that experience and passion for the environment in her community where she resides. So yes, she deviated career-wise, but she's still using it in her community to be a blessing to them there. Today, she's a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers Nigeria and CISI UK, having qualified in professional certificate exams of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers with over 30 years experience in stockbroking. My guest is also an experienced investment banker, and prior to joining our current organization, she actually, which has been there for 22 years, as a founding executive director and chief operational officer. She was managing a stockbroker as managing director of Urban Stockbrokers Limited for about 6 years, having risen through the ranks from operations to general manager, then to CEO. That tells you she knows what she's doing. And to boost her career performance, she has attended several professional and academic courses, both within Nigeria and outside the shores of Nigeria, including the Harvard Business School, Boston, USA. Today, she is the CEO of Bestworth Assets and Trust, where she has managed for over 22 years. And her hobbies include gardening, reading, traveling, counseling, and she's happily married with children. Receive with me today on Knox to Nugget platform, Davina Adeniji. Hey, good to have you here, ma'am.
Hello, viewers. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, wherever you are. It's good to have
Good
me.
morning. Thank you so much for joining me inside of the schedule. And
Yeah.
today we have such a short time. So I'm throwing it straight at you, talking about routes to wealth and looking at stocks as a route to wealth, investment as a route to wealth. Let me ask you this. I've heard it severally. Stock, 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 stock. What exactly are stocks?
Well, in to make it easy for the grassroots to be able to understand what stocks are all about, I'll just say that a stock, an ordinary share, is a unit or a part of a listed company. In other words, it's like you buy stuff in the commodities in the market, you put your money down, and then you have your commodity. So you put your money down for the number of units that you want in any particular listed company or private company. And based on the amount that you are giving back some share of units in that company. In other words, you become a stakeholder. In other words, you become a decision maker. And then, of course, whenever there are yields and profits to be taken, you get a part of it, depending on how many units of those shares which you earned and which you paid for in that particular company you invested in. That's what shares are all about.
Hmm. Wow. So stock shares is buying into a particular company, buying
Yes.
into the ownership of a
Yes.
company. Hmm.
Yes. So you
Now,
become a shareholder, a part of the company.
become a shareholder, a part of the company. That sounds nice and interesting, but I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it from a very layman's perspective. I've bought into
Okay.
a company. I don't know who is running the company. I don't know how they're running the company. I don't know if it will be profitable or not. What should be, how does investing in stocks become a route to wealth?
Well, very good question. Well, for any fresh investor who is looking out to own a part of a share of any public or private company should first of all realize that you really do not have the professional expertise. And of course, you cannot just go by yourself. It's just like the way lawyers represent their clients in court. You cannot just go into the market and buy. There are professionals who are qualified who will represent you. And of course, they will be in a position to advise you depending on what your taste is like. If you are somebody who is patient enough to wait for your profits in terms of dividends for a whole year, maybe once or twice, then you probably will be referred to as a bearish investor. But if you are somebody who is eager to get your profit within a short time, then you're probably not the kind of investor who will just want to wait for the dividend once or twice a year. You want to see appreciable gain in the price. For example, you buy it at 1 naira and your stockbroker will have given you professional advice on issues like liquidity. So in other words, how soon can you sell it when you are ready to sell? So they want to advise you on a company that is liquid, that has a high level of liquidity. So once you want to put it up in the market, you have so many investors queuing up to pick it up from you to get your money back. Maybe you will have probably gained some few cobbles or nairas to make your profits. And then, of course, your professional stockbroker will also talk about things like management structure. You need to know who are the people behind the company you want to invest in. Okay, board members are very good at managing companies. There are some individuals, whenever they enter the board of any company, you find a situation where there's transparency, there's openness, and of course, there's good management structure. So these are some of the points investors should consider when they want to go into any particular company. Don't forget, use your professional stockbroker. They're going to be
Hmm.
able to advise you, tell you which ones are good for what, which ones are not good for certain things. And then the onus will be on you as an investor to decide whether you want option A. We don't choose for investors. You want to choose decide whether you want option A, option B, option C, so that you tick the one you want and then you invest. And that's it.
Hmm. Wow, thank you so much. I get some things from you right away. Number one is the fact that for you to go into the stock market, you need to go with a stockbroker. You need to have
Right.
somebody who can advise you, which
Yeah.
is like every professional. If you're having headache, just don't go to a pharmacy and buy painkillers. Find a doctor to talk to who will prescribe to you. So in the same way, get a stockbroker who can prescribe to you the stocks to buy
Absolutely.
based on your taste. Okay,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Correct.
I hear you. But we're talking about route to wealth now. We're looking at how do we buy, how do we build a route to wealth? How do we move from the grassroots to getting to sit at the tables that matter? And stock is one of the routes to wealth. Let me ask you this. Is there a minimum amount that you must have to get into stocks and shares?
Okay. That's an aspect that, I believe a lot of people, look at, with so much confusion and indecision, because they have most investors or members of the public just have this feeling that it's only the well-to-do. As a matter of fact, the investment window in the stock market is about the lowest level, for the lowest level. Unlike real estate, when you want to do real estate, you need to have good amount of funds with you. But in the stock market, any amount is good. If you have 5,000 naira, you can start there. You have 10,000 naira, you can start there. You have 20,000 naira, you can start there. And then you do it bits. So while in the real estate, you need to have a large sum of money before you can invest, maybe like 500,000. In the stock market, you can invest any amount you have, provided you go through a professional so that you can begin to build up your portfolio and build it until it becomes really big and robust. The kind of funds that you can easily give to someone and say, this is your gift for your birthday. That's how low, and open the market is to any level, middle income, low income, every level. That's how easy it is to buy from the stock market.
So every
The only
single
difference,
person. Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
the only difference between the lower investors and the higher investors is that the higher investors tend to make more profits. The more the merrier. The less income amount of money you put in, the less your profits. The higher, the more your profits.
Absolutely. I mean, that just makes all the sense. If I put in 5,000, I can't just get the same amount as someone I put in 5 million. I mean, that just speaks for
Yeah,
it. But
exactly.
the fact is that everybody can get into this market. Everybody can be a
Absolutely.
partaker.
Everyone.
Everybody can buy into stocks.
Yes.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Everyone,
So
everyone.
every
All you
single
need to do is make sure you have an ID. You have an ID. You have a bank account. You need a bank account because each time you sell, you need to be credited through the NGX. You're credited. Yeah. When you're
are we losing her there? So for you to invest in the stock market, you need to have an ID and you need to have a bank account.
credited.
Okay. Okay. So a bit of a distraction there, but while she's getting coming back to us, clearly she has said two things. Number one, you need to have an ID. Number two, you need to have a bank account. And those are two things everybody can have, even a child. So there is no excuse for not having stocks or shares. So that means even as parents, you can open an account for that child, that baby, and begin investing for that baby even from now. Don't wait for the child to be 18 or 21. When the child is 18 or 21, you can turn over the portfolio to the child. But from now, every birthday, buy shares for that child. Every Christmas, buy shares for that child. You'll be amazed. This monies that really don't seem to matter so much to you, by the time you look at your portfolio 5 years from now, and never think 5 years is a long time. It's not. It's not. 5 years from now, I found out that it's so huge. So every single person, you can actually be a part owner of a listed company, a part owner of a business, a thriving business, and you can actually benefit from shares. That's so cute. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm waiting for her to come back on. I'm sure she is waiting for the network to just bring her back on. So we have said something. Number one, investing in shares is investing in a company. Number two, don't go on your own, go with a stockbroker. Number three, all you need is to have an ID. Number four, determine what your taste is. I mean, she said taste, what's she talking about? Determine if if you are in for the long run or for the short run. Do you want to come in? I'm wondering why I can't. Okay, now she's back on. Praise God. So I mean, asking yourself, short run or long run? Do you want to be in this market for the next 30 years, 40 years, or you want to take your income? You want to multiply your money quickly? You want to buy the shares, make some profit, sell it? What exactly is your taste? The best person to talk to is your stockbroker. So now she's back on. Let me ask you this: is there a best time to get involved in the stocks business?
Well, the best time to get involved, okay, is a point in time where you can have an extra income after taking care of your basics. The basic needs of life, your shelter, a place to put your head, your food, and of course, something to put on. So whatever extra you have, when I say extra, like in this part of the world, there's so much extra, such that sometimes people have enough to take care of their basic needs.
I think network is playing the game there. We
Have
can't
enough
seem
to
to
try.
hear. Okay, we lost you.
When you have a little extra after taking care of your basic needs.
Mm. The best time to, I would rephrase that to say the best time to invest is actually now. I found out, ma, that if you're waiting for the extras, sometimes they never come. Sometimes you find out that needs just keep coming. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do that. But she said something after the basics. So learn to pay yourself first.
Absolutely
What are the
correct.
basics? Food on the table, shelter over your head, and save. Now, if you keep
Ex-
that money in an account and you say, no worry, I won't touch it, something will come up. So let me just borrow this one dime. I'll return it after a while. And then before you know what's happening tomorrow, you borrow another one. Then before you know what's happening, it's empty. So instead of keeping it in that place saying you want to accumulate it, invest it straight with your stockbroker in shares. So on a monthly basis, you can decide I'll put X amount in my investment account for shares. But let me ask you this, ma. How do you choose a stockbroker?
Well, you know that we have licensed members, we have licensed members, and we have licensed friends.
The network is not playing fair this morning. Okay, you're
Those who have
back.
companies that have been given license, and then once you are able to get companies that have been given license, you then go, you know, to either the website or the official lines, and then you request for to deal with at that particular point in time.
Sorry, ma, can you come again because we lost you? You said they are licensed stockbrokers, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm with you. Yeah,
So how do we choose? You are saying something about getting a licensed stockbroker.
yeah. You basically make some inquiries, find out how experienced, the number of years the qualified stockbroker had been in the market, find out the level of integrity, find out the level of performance, and then you know you are in good hands once you know you are dealing with an experienced professional. Some probably just got in. We call them baby stockbrokers, just like you have baby lawyers. So you rather deal with someone who has enough experience, okay, to be able to lead you and guide you on the right decisions to take, so you don't go investing in companies that would make you lose, rather than gain, because the whole essence of investing is to make profits, actually.
Hmm. Hmm. True. The whole essence is to make profit. And like we said, a lot of things depend on referral, I must say, at this point in time. Because yes, number one, that stockbroker must be licensed. That's the only way you know that person is authentic. Then find out who has worked with that person before.
Absolutely correct. You are correct. Yeah.
So that way it will help you. Referrals go a long way. So yes, don't just say, "Oh, I heard enough to not get into investment," and just jump in and find a stockbroker. Find somebody who has a track record. Now,
Right.
understand with me, everybody starts somewhere. We don't have to be the elaborate. Some people
Mhm.
just have the grace. They because they've worked somewhere before, they dive from there into their own and they just rise. Some people are learning the ropes. When you are a new investor, you need an experienced stockbroker to help you. So deal a whole lot by referral. Find out somebody who is doing well, find out who their stockbrokers are. Go on the internet and thank God for the internet. So much information is available. You can check people out. Like my guest today, she's a stockbroker. If you put her details on the internet, it will bring her out. You can look at her years of experience. Oh, she's been in this company for 22 years. She's the MD CEO. Wow. That looks like somebody I can partner with. and you can chat them up. And another thing, if you're a stockbroker hearing me, you want to, and if you're a business owner hearing this, you might want to take note of this. The ease of communication also matters. If I reach out to you and I don't get a feedback in 24 hours, I might never come back. Because if I want to take a
Absolutely.
decision about my stocks, I'm looking for you for 48 hours and 72 hours, and time is important.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
business owners also understand that us, your clients, we also have things we are looking out for. Number one is the
Yeah.
speed of response, your response time. It matters a lot. And
Yeah.
interestingly, even on the internet today, particularly on some of these platforms, they will tell you this is in business. Speed response time is fast, response time is medium, response time is slow. So even the internet will help us tell us that this person doesn't respond, though, or this person, oh, quickly. So
Yes,
that is
the
important.
response time is very important because you know that even in 24 hours, if a company is going to go down, into liquidity, it's very important that you are able to pass on the information as quickly as possible. However, the rule in the market is such that stocks don't just go down overnight. There's a limit. For
Mm,
example, there was a time it was 5%. It cannot go below 5% downward in a particular day. Now we are talking about maybe about 7, 8%. So I mean, this is why the feedback and response time is very important. Information flow between the professional stockbroker and his or her clients, very, very key, very, very key, important.
Let me ask you this from your experience, off the top of your head this morning, what stocks are interesting to buy now?
Okay, well, I am looking at the market as at now. You find a situation where because farming has become very lucrative, some of those companies that were initially going moribund, companies like Livestock Feed, Ella Lakes, Presco, these are palm oil research
Yeah.
companies. Many of them
Mhm.
are doing fantastically well now. They are
Wow.
making huge sums of profits. Okay. You even have lots of foreign firms coming to take over, through mechanized agro farming. Okay. Presco, lots of them, they are all doing so well. Even some of them that started at very penny prices are coming up. Ella Lakes, I mean, 2, 3 years ago was a stock that no one wanted to go. But today, it's a different ball game entirely. Then, of course, you find a situation where consumables, those multinational companies, consumables like Cadbury, Unilever, that are already going moribund, all of them are coming up again, and their prices are doing very well. And of course, you
Mm,
have some very good companies coming up soon. We have Dangote Petroleum. Of course, you know that they have an oil refining company now. They will
yeah.
soon be coming to the market to get listed. So whatever price they are coming is a good one to go in. If they come next year, and then of course you have Dangote Fertilizer coming out next month. So it's a good one that any investor should woo and look at getting some, so that by the time the price goes up, we are not losing out. We are part of
Mm,
those who will be in our profits and making huge sums of harvest of profits.
mm, mm. Okay.
For now. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I hear that. I hear a few companies that you have listed that are things to go. But let me ask you this. Is it possible to have two stockbrokers as an individual?
Um, it's possible to have two, but you see, the danger of this is that at the end of the day, you don't want to start scattering your portfolio. Okay, you are talking to this, talking to that. You have, because every stockbroker, is a warehouser of the account for the shares. So you need to just talk to one person, okay, so that you have a more organized, cocktail, of portfolio. Just one is better rather than, scattering. It's just like,
This network thing is coming in again. Well, Penny, when she comes back on, okay, she's back.
very important there should be order, right?
Oh, we lost you half of the things you were saying. You were off air.
Yes, I said it doesn't. Yes, I said it doesn't give room for order. There has to be
Okay.
good order and organization of your portfolio rather than going here, there, and all of that. It's better if you just have one, and then, make sure that that one is doing well with your portfolio. Your portfolio is growing and is getting more valuable as the days go by. That's what is important.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let me ask you, what about foreign stocks? Can I sit in Nigeria and invest in foreign companies like Apple? Do I have you there, ma'am?
Like Seplat, for example, is listed here and is listed, in the London Stock Exchange. GTB as well has just become listed in the London Stock Exchange. So you have companies like that. But for you to, from here, go buy from the New York Stock Exchange, no. But if your broker is also licensed, like I am licensed to also trade with the UK markets, so you can sit here, talk to your broker, and be able to do transactions across the border. That's
Okay, so for you to do transactions across the border, your stockbrokers must be licensed in that country as well.
absolutely, absolutely.
Somebody asked an interesting question here. So, how do you buy Geregu stock?
Yeah, Geregu stock. Okay, for you to be able to buy Geregu stock, you just get a call through, put a call through to your stockbroker, and then you get your stockbroker to give you the account opening forms. All right. Once you open, because you can't deal if you don't have an account. Once you've been able to, within 48 hours, open your account, or 24 hours, then you are good to go. We give you a mandate, and once you get the mandate, you are good to go. Buy your shares, we fill it up, and then credit the account of the stockbroking firm, and then your order is fine. That's it. Very easy. Yeah.
Okay, so it's easy to buy Geregu stock and every other stock once you have a
Yeah.
stockbroker that you're talking to. So the important thing is ensure you get a good stockbroker who can sit
Right.
down, understand your needs, and help
Yeah.
you on that journey to wealth. Am I right?
Right. Right.
Wow.
Correct. Yeah.
So before I let you go, and I'm almost about letting you go because time is interestingly fast spent, what will be your advice overall to somebody who is new, who wants to build wealth, thinking about investment and stock market?
Okay. For somebody who is new in the market and would want to start off, the first thing I will do is to find out the kind of job the person is doing. Okay. So I know exactly the level of funds that the investor will be putting in. So once I'm able to get that information, then I'll be able to know exactly the kind of companies that such an investor would likely do well with. Because the amount of capital you put in determines the kind of stocks that I'll be advising. For example, somebody who is a classroom teacher and educationist, I know that it's always better for such an investor to buy penny stocks. Okay, so if such an investor has maybe some amount of money, like 20,000 in a month, or maybe 50,000 in 3 months, I know the kind of stocks that such an investor should be going for will be penny stocks. So it all depends on the level of income. We start off from there, and then the age, of course. For example, I wouldn't expect somebody who is already an octogenarian to go for penny stocks. Okay, such an investment that will grow very quickly will be better for such an investor. Okay, because they're already aging, and before you know, they will be gone. So it's better for an aging investor to go in for stocks that are doing radically well, so that within short span, maybe 2 months, 3 months, they made their profit, move on, and then they have money to be able to take care of their well-being at their old age. Yeah, that's it. Age and the
Thank
income.
you. Thank you so much, Davina, for being on this call. Thank you so much for taking our time to answer our questions. Like I always say, the
Yeah.
reward for good work is more work. We will come back again
More.
someday, sometime to glean again from your wealth of experience. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for being with me on this call. I appreciate.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Wow, so much has been said about stocks. You see, the truth is this: don't wait for when you have the millions to invest. Start now. Start with the 5,000, the 10,000, the 20,000, the 50,000, the $100, the $200, the $500. Just start. The important thing is to start. Take that step. But in taking the step, don't just jump in blindly. Do your research. Find out who is there, which stockbrokers are available, what's their response time, what's their track record. Have a conversation. Even while having a conversation with them, you can tell if this person you want to stay with or somebody you want to run from. You can tell. And then make a commitment on a monthly basis or on a weekly basis. Some of us make money weekly. On a weekly basis, decide to pay yourself something by investing in the stock market. And also do the same for your children. They're not too young to have stock accounts, and they're not too old to have it either. Let's build a future that we all will enjoy together. Don't wait for salary. Like I said last week, salaries and wages is the lowest form of income. It's just the beginning. Don't live on it, but there comes a time when you can no longer work, when salaries and wages are no longer coming in. What will you depend on? Investment is an easy way to build passive income for your retirement years. Don't wait until you are retiring. Start now. Remember, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The next best time is now. And so that's it for today on the one of the routes to wealth. We'll be continuing next week on the route to wealth. Stay tight to this channel. Never can tell who we're bringing in next week. Talk about another route to wealth. Until I come your way next week, remember, we are in this together. So please like the video, share it, pass your comments, let somebody out there know about Nuggets to Nuggets, and also let me have your feedback. It helps a whole lot. And until I come your way next week, another edition of Nuggets to Nuggets, remember this: if you can think it, you can be it, and yes, you can have it. And as always, together we win. God bless you. See you next week. Bye for now.